This is my third plan for what I was gonna do today, just because I changed my mind. Nothing happened. My first plan was to go up to Fullerton, which is the last stop before LA. Ride up through Whittier, end up on the San Gabriel River Trail, and there's a big park up there. And that's all fine. If I lived up there, I'd be happy enough to have that be where I could ride. But hour and a half in the train up, hour and a half in the train down. That was a bit of a first. I should have honked at those geese. Anyway, I'll do it at some point. It's a fine ride, and I'm sure it's a long time since I've done it. I do like to cycle through all my possibilities. Honk at geese, cycle through possibilities. I'm on fire today. But not today. And then my second thought, actually this is plan number 4, but anyway, my second thought was to go to Anaheim and just ride down the Santa Ana River Trail to the beach and either do Newport Beach or Huntington Beach and go back up. And nothing wrong with that. But I got to thinking about it, and I looked on Google Maps. It's only about 10 miles and change from the Tustin station down to the coast, and it's 13 miles on the Santa Ana River Trail, and it's not nearly as interesting a ride. We get to go past Newport Bay going this way. So now we're up to plan number 3, because I realized that if I did this ride, I could get the early train home and be home in time to fix dinner for my wife instead of being home at 7:30. She is still getting used to the time zone, so. Hey, the clock is later than she wants to eat dinner. The thing about the trains is the closer the station is to Oceanside, the earlier it drops you off and the later it picks you up. So you have more time. I'm turning. Plan number 3, with the intention of taking the earlier train. So now I have about 2.5 hours. Got here around 12:30 and the train leaves at 3. Figured I would go down to Newport Beach, going over Balboa Island and taking the ferry. Which is all very delightful, but Google Maps says it's going to take 2 hours and 48 minutes to do that ride. I have 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I ride fast. So I make better time than what Google Maps says I'm gonna, but Balboa Island is crowded on the weekends. The ferry is sort of an unknown. You know, if it's backed up and I have to wait. And there's the late train, but the late train's 2.5 hours after the train I want to catch, so. Plus after dark, whatnot. So here's plan number 4, which is basically just go down, loop around the upper Newport Bay, come back up, about 25 miles. Google said we should do it in about 2 hours, so it might even be more like 1:45, and so I may have an extra 45 minutes to play with, but you know, I can go on Walnut Creek, I can go up to Irvine, Hicks Canyon. Hell, if I wanted to, I could cut down University Trail, Turtle Rock, Shady Canyon, just come back up to Irvine. The beauty of Irvine, lots of choices. And this ride's fun. You really can't beat Upper Newport Bay. So after much consideration, although you can tell I still haven't quite made up my mind, it's fun to choose. Take your man cave with you. I never really thought about that aspect of recumbent bikes, but sure. Get two or more of them together, it is kind of like a portable den. Still basking in the afterglow of managing to successfully do the Sleeping Indian road ride. I got a great photo. I think I used it for the preview on the YouTube. And this wasn't even from the top of the hill. I wanted to get past some trees and stuff on the side, so I had a bigger view of the whole scenery, but quite the hill to be sitting on the top of. I'm judiciously posting occasional things on the I joined a San Diego cyclist group on Facebook, which I think is a lot bigger and a lot more active than the e-bike group, but I also suspect it is mostly not e-bike riders, so when I find, I'll see a picture of a thing that's common to all bicyclists. I'll share that. Oh, Felix the cat, cool. Whenever he gets in a fix, he reaches into his bag of tricks. a little faster than normal, just see how much I can get in the time allotted.